Gordon Ramsay has called chefs idiots on national television, thrown plates across kitchens, and made grown adults cry over scrambled eggs. But here is the thing nobody talks about. This man has a garage that makes actual billionaires jealous. We are talking about Ferraris that cost more than most people's houses. A Bond movie Land Rover. A McLaren named after a Formula One legend. Today, we are ranking every single one of them from worst to best. And trust me, even number 18 would make your jaw drop. 2001, Aston Martin DB7V12 Vantage. Most people buy their first Aston Martin and feel like they have finally arrived. Ramsay bought his and immediately wanted something faster. The DB7V12 Vantage is genuinely a beautiful car, designed by Ian Callum, with a 5.9-liter V12 producing 420 horsepower and a top speed of 186 miles per hour. It is also one of the cars most credited with saving Aston Martin as a brand in the late 1990s. But for Ramsay, 186 miles per hour was simply not enough. He bought this because he wanted to break into the 200 miles per hour club. That mindset alone tells you everything. This is the man who grew up with almost nothing, whose mom worked 3 jobs as a cook, night nurse, and cleaner just to keep the family going. He does not do anything at half pace, and 186 miles per hour was always going to feel like half pace to him. McLaren 675 LT. On any normal person's list, this is the headline car, but not for Ramsay. The LT stands for Longtail, a name that traces back to the legendary 1997 McLaren F1 GTR Longtail race car. Twin-turbo V8, 666 horsepower, lightweight, aggressively aerodynamic, and one of the most exclusive McLarens ever built for the road. Ramsay loved it the moment he drove it, but loving it too much was the problem because it made him want something even more extreme. That is how the Senna ended up in his garage shortly after. The 675 LT is the car that started his McLaren addiction, and that is both its greatest achievement and the reason it sits this low on this list. 2019 Ford GT. This is going to be the only American car in this collection. In 1966, Ford went to Le Mans, the greatest endurance race in the world, and beat Ferrari. That moment is still one of the most dramatic in motorsport history. The modern Ford GT is Ford's tribute to that victory. Twin-turbo 5.6, top speed of 216 miles per hour, and in 2016, the GT went back to Le Mans and won again. Ramsay spends a significant amount of time in Los Angeles with his family, and maybe that American chapter of his life drew him towards it. Or maybe he just liked the idea of owning the car that beat Ferrari while simultaneously owning 12 Ferraris. Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. Superleggera means super lightweight in Italian, and Aston Martin borrowed that word from legendary Italian coach builder Touring to describe how seriously they approach this car. Very few people ever get to drive one of these, let alone own one. Ramsay has this sitting alongside his DB7 in the Aston Martin section of his garage. 2 very different Astons. One is a classic Grand Tourer from the early 2000s. The other, Jazz Twin Turbo V12, that hits 211 miles per hour, Ferrari 308. Ramsay's father was an alcoholic who never supported his son's dream of becoming a chef. He told Gordon that cooking was a job for women and not something a man should do. He never once visited any of Gordon's restaurants. Not one. Growing up in that environment, Ramsay was looking for something to believe in, and he found it completely by accident on a television screen. A young Gordon Ramsay, watching Magnum PY and seeing Tom Selleck's character cruise around in a red Ferrari 308 every episode. He was hooked instantly. He has said in interviews that car is the direct reason he fell in love with Ferrari. The Ferrari 308 is an instantly recognizable V8 classic and often viewed as one of Ferrari's most iconic 1980s-era road cars. Early 308 GTB models also stood out for their lightweight fiberglass bodywork, while later versions moved to steel/aluminum construction. 1998 Ferrari F355 GTS. The moment he started earning real money, Ferraris were the first thing he went after. The F355 GTS was one of his earliest purchases, and he bought it in yellow. It had a Targa-style roof, 183 miles per hour top speed, and an engine note that people still talk about decades later. Collectors overlooked this car for years, but values have climbed significantly since. Imagine Scott Ramsey pulling up in a yellow Ferrari F355. You heard that right. Ramsey was almost not even called Gordon. His parents nearly named him Scott. He has said in interviews that Scott would have been a much better name than Gordon. Ferrari F430 GTB. When Ferrari announced the 488 would replace the naturally aspirated F430 with a turbocharged engine, the Ferrari community was not happy about it. Then the car came out, and nobody had any complaints at all. 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8, 661 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat, top speed of 208 miles per hour. Ramsey replaced his F430 with this, and reportedly could not stop driving it after he got it. He has been spotted visiting Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello, just to geek out over the engineering. Ferrari F12 Superfast. Ramsey bought this as the direct replacement for the F12 Berlinetta in Ferrari's front-engine Valour 12 lineup. The fact that he already owned the F12 TDF and then bought the F12 Superfast means he has two front-engine V12 Ferraris from essentially the same bloodline sitting in the same garage at the same time. It has 6.5-liter, naturally aspirated V12 with 789 horsepower that goes from 0 to 62 in 2.9 seconds. By this point in his life, Ramsey had built 35 restaurants worldwide and a television empire spanning multiple continents. 2016 BAC Mono. Ramsey bought a car with no roof, no windscreen, one seat, and barely any weight at all. The BAC Mono is built in Liverpool and weighs just 540 kilograms. Its 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine produces 332 horsepower. It is technically road legal, which makes almost no sense. Ramsey takes it to Brands Hatch Circuit whenever he needs to decompress after filming Hell's Kitchen. For a man who openly admits he only gets 3 to 4 hours off per day, this is apparently what relaxing looks like. Aston Martin Valour. Only 110 of these exist in the world, and Ramsey pulled up in one outside the Connaught Hotel in London and stopped traffic. Literally. People gathered on the pavement. The Valour has a 5.2-liter twin, turbo V12 producing 705 horsepower, a manual gearbox, which almost nobody puts in a car at this level anymore, and a top speed of nearly 200 miles per hour. The price is around $2 million. A restorer named Keith McNally publicly called it vulgar and expensive, and that comment went viral and sparked a full-blown argument online. Ramsey did not respond. He just kept driving it. He has claimed he believes he can go 60 minutes without swearing. His exact words on the matter were that it is extremely hard. We are fairly certain the Valour makes it harder. Ferrari 550 Maranello. This car came with one of the best stories in the entire collection. His wife Tana bought it for him in the Tour de France Blue to celebrate him earning his 3rd Michelin star. This car had a naturally aspirated 5.5-liter V12 Ferrari with a manual gearbox. Car magazines at the time called it the greatest driver's car in the world, and its engine won international awards for best in class over 4 liters. When Ramsey first met Tana, she was dating one of his friends. He saw her and immediately thought she looked like a young Julia Roberts. Tana's first impression of him was that he was arrogant and full of himself, and he really irritated her. It took about a month before they were both single, and he won her over with food. That relationship has now lasted nearly 30 years and given them 6 kids together. And somewhere along the way, the woman who once found him irritating ended up buying him a Tour de France Blue V12 Ferrari to celebrate a Michelin star. Land Rover Defender 110S V XJB 24. Director Sam Mendes needed a tough and aggressive 4x4 for the villains team to drive in the James Bond film Spectre. Jaguar Land Rover brought in off-road specialist Bowler and completely rebuilt the Defender 110 from the ground up. massive 37-inch all-terrain tires, a full roll cage, rally-spec suspension, upgraded Bilstein dampers, and enough reinforcement to survive being thrown down an actual mountain during filming. 10 were built for the movie. Only 7 survived the shoot. Gordon Ramsay owns one of those 7 with an estimated value between $245,000 and $330,000. It still has real stunt marks on the bonnet from the actual film production. He keeps it in Cornwall for his properties down there. 2016 Ferrari F12 TDF. TDF stands for Tour de France, the legendary endurance road race that Ferrari dominated completely throughout the 1950s and 60s. This car is named after that era, and it earns the name. It takes the already exceptional F12 Berlinetta and makes it significantly more extreme. Only 799 were ever made, and every single one sold out in just over a month. The buyer's list reads like a who's who. Top Gear's Chris Harris, Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason, and Gordon Ramsay. His is white with black and grey stripes on polished black wheels with grey calipers. 2005 Ferrari F430 GTB. This is the car that proved Ramsay was not buying Ferraris as trophies. He genuinely wanted to push them. The F430 GTB was co-designed by Pininfarina and American designer Frank Stevenson, who later went on to lead McLaren Automotive. The F430 was also the official car for the Ferrari Challenge Race Series, which tells you exactly how track-capable it was built to be. Ramsay also had a 612 Scaglietti Grand Tourer during this period, but the mid-engine focused cars were always his real passion. He eventually replaced the F430 with the 488 GTB. 2019 McLaren Senna. Named after 3-time Formula One world champion Ayrton Senna and built as a tribute to everything racing taught McLaren over decades of competition. It got 789 horsepower from a twin-turbo V8. Only 500 were ever made, each priced between $750,000 and $837,000. Ramsay's is finished in black with gold details. He describes driving it as like being on the fastest roller coaster you have ever been on in your life, and says it outpaces hypercars that cost twice as much. The detail that stops everyone cold is that it has a number plate. This is technically a road-legal car. Ayrton Senna would have absolutely approved. 2014 Porsche 918 Spyder. This was Ramsay's first hypercar. It had a naturally aspirated 4.6-litre 5.8 borrowed directly from Le Mans racing, producing 599 horsepower, with 2 electric motors adding another 282 horsepower, combining to total 881 horsepower. In September 2013, a 918 Spyder with the Weissach pack became the first street legal car in history to lap the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes, smashing the previous record by 14 full seconds. Only 918 units were ever built. This was also one of the first production hypercars in the world to use hybrid technology seriously. 2019 Ferrari Monza SP2. Ferrari literally warned owners not to drive it at full speed without wearing a helmet. That is the kind of car Ramsay bought, and then let his son Oscar sit behind the wheel while Ferrari filmed the whole thing. The Monza SP2 is Ferrari's first Barchetta-style car built for street use, inspired by legendary 1950s racing machines, including the 750 Monza, the 250 Testarossa, and the 166mm. Only 500 are being made at around $1.4 million each. Ramsay's has an all-black body with a bold red stripe, red leather seats, and gunmetal finished wheels. He once said about his restaurants that you cannot just copy tradition, you have to reinterpret it and make it relevant to the times. Ferrari built the Monza SP2 on exactly that philosophy. Of course, he had to have one. 2016 Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta. If there's one thing Gordon Ramsay loves more than perfectly cooked steak, it's Ferraris. Trust me, he must have lost track of the number of Ferraris he owns. The LaFerrari, which literally translates to the Ferrari, was built as Ferrari's definitive statement about everything the brand had learned across 70 years of building cars. The standard coupe had 499 units and a $1.5 million price tag. Then Ferrari announced the Aperta, a convertible version with a removable carbon fiber roof. Only 210 were ever made between 2016 and 2018. The retail price was $2.2 million. And you could not simply buy one. Ferrari personally invited each buyer. They turned away billionaires. A collector named Preston Hen was so furious at being rejected that he actually sued Ferrari over it. Gordon Ramsay got the call. His model is metallic white, matching the pristine chef's whites he is famous for on television. The number plate reads F150GR. The steering wheel has his personal catchphrase engraved on it, "Done." His exact words when he first drove it were, "You hold the steering wheel and feel 70 years of pure perfection." I am relaxed in that environment because I can connect to that level of perfection. The last Aperta ever sold at auction went for $7.6 million, making it the most valuable modern car ever sold at auction at that time. But one thing's for sure. Whether it's the kitchen or the road, Gordon Ramsay never settles for anything less than the best. And remember, this is just his UK collection. He has properties in America too, and we have no idea what is sitting in that garage. Subscribe and drop in the comments which collection we should be rating next.